there's a house I'd like to build where every room inside is filled with dreams to make you grow. These special things that I've compiled will motivate you, make you smile when you're feeling low. They can say it all seems crazy. And they can say we've lost our minds. But I don't care if they call us crazy. We can live in a world that we design.
From today onwards, let us endeavor to affirm our nation's children. Let us, with every word, in our actions and pursuits, encourage the little ones. Let us positively influence a future leader, not only those who are related to you, but every child with whom you come in contact. Hi, I'm Sandra Clark with One Voice, opening today's pages of Jamaica Magazine. Stay with us as we dedicate the first show of Child Month to the next generation.
We are children and we have rights. We have a right to be protected,
provided for,
and included. Don't beat me up, don't belittle me, and please don't molest me.
I am under 13. I should not be working for a living. That is child labor. It is illegal.
Stop leaving me alone. I am too young to provide for myself. I need your guidance.
Protect our nation's children. They have rights too. To learn more about children's rights, call or visit the offices of the Child Development Agency.
Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, May 1. The Development Bank of Jamaica, DBJ, has launched Phase 2 of its Ignite project to give financial support to small businesses. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the Innovation Grant from New Ideas to Entrepreneurship project is important to government's growth plan.
We must allocate or make investments which will support our startups. And we need to enrich the MSME ecosystem. This is vital for our economic growth and development.
27 businesses benefited from $75 million in grant support under Phase 1 of the Ignite program. 215 full-time jobs were created, $222 million in investments generated, and approximately $109 million in revenues was earned by the businesses from local and export markets. DBJ's Managing Director Milverton Reynolds said he's expecting an increase in the number of businesses that will be selected for assistance.
We're meeting our objective of facilitating economic growth and development in our country, and we pledge to continue to do so.
Mr. Reynolds says he expects support from the Inter-American Development Bank and the Caribbean Development Bank for Phase 2 of the program. He's imploring private sector financial institutions to get on board. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has made good on his promise to distribute over 5,000 solar lamps to energy-poor communities. The initiative comes in the wake of 31 persons losing their lives to house fires in the last 6 months, 9 of whom were children. The Prime Minister announced the program in February, and an initial 7 constituencies received solar lanterns on Monday. The Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica is spearheading the pilot program, which will equip each targeted household with at least 3 solar lanterns.
This program is not the entirety of the government's response. This is the start. This is going to be a pilot. And so we have selected 7 constituencies within the urban area where we would be better able to quickly identify households that are in need and provide the necessary support services, not just the solar lamps, but the ecosystem to make the solar lamps usable.
The solar lanterns can provide bright beams of light for up to 6 hours and low beams for more than 20 hours. Over 1,000 students pursuing Spanish in this year's CSEC examination will have their oral exam fees paid by the Spanish Jamaican Foundation. The foundation has donated close to $1.5 million to benefit students residing in the Region 3 parishes of St. Anne, Trelawney and St. Mary, and Region 4 parishes of Hanover, St. James and Westmoreland.
What you're doing here is really an investment in Jamaica's long-term development. Ensure Jamaica can participate properly in this new globalized economy. This is an outstanding contribution and investment in the education and empowerment of the young people of Jamaica. Thank you again so much.
The Spanish Jamaican Foundation has been sponsoring Spanish students for 4 years. 1,000 acres of land in Water Valley St. Mary will be placed under production this year to help revive the coconut industry. Agriculture Minister Audley Shaw says this is necessary to meet the demand for coconut water. While pointing to the coconut industry's global growth potential, he's encouraging farmers to practice intercropping to provide additional income during the lengthy 3 to 5 year growth period of the fruit tree.
And I want to send a signal to all coconut growers across the country. Get ready. Because the beautiful thing about when you plant your coconut is that you can plant your banana trees among your coconut. You can plant other things among your coconut.
The minister was addressing farmers in Manchester recently. And finally, health and education are the main areas of focus for this year's Labor Day activities. The agenda was launched today under the theme, Ramp It Up, Fix It Up. The national projects are the St. Anne's Bay Infant School and the Cumberland Road Health Centre in St. Catherine. Leading up to May 23, government will spearhead projects to beautify and repair schools and health centres, as well as to make them more accessible to the disabled community.
I want to urge all those who have projects in mind to register them at the ministry's website and on the GIS website as well. Our schools, our health centres and our communities are our responsibility.
And that's it for GIS News today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.
Did you know it is said Jamaica is the only country in the world that dedicates an entire month in honor of its children? Yep, the island has been doing so since 1953. For the important details on the 65th observation, watch this.
Affirm me, acknowledge me, favor me, be a friend to me. Surprisingly, I'll thrive. Affirm me. Influence my heart to love, respect the life I got from above. Surprisingly, I'll thrive. Affirm me.
For 2018, we have selected the theme, Affirm Me. The word affirm is an acronym for acknowledge me, befriend me, favor me, influence me positively, respect me, motivate me.
If a child lives with hostility, he learns to fight. If a child lives with ridicule, he learns to be shy. If a child lives with shame, he learns to feel guilty. If a child lives with pity, he learns to feel sorry for himself.
With so much negativity in the society, children need an environment that fosters love, care, friendship, and appreciation. To change a generation, we start with a child. We must therefore use the God-given opportunity afforded us to shape the lives of these young ones through our words and action.
When we live with approval, we learn to like ourselves. When we live with praise, we learn appreciation. So teach us recognition, so we learn it's okay to have goals. Teach us acceptance, so we can learn to love.
Be careful how you criticize and accept my right.
We also use the opportunity to encourage all the churches across the length and breadth of Jamaica to celebrate our children on the same day the National Child Month Committee hosts the church service.
National Children's Day, which falls on the third Friday in May annually, will be held this year on May 18. Volunteers will converge in Halfway Tree, downtown Kingston and Montego Bay between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m.
The National Children's Day seeks to honor, remember, esteem, and appreciate all our children by showing them love, helping them to feel special in the same manner. We are honored as parents on Mother's Day and Father's Day.
Be sure to wear yellow and support the cause. On May 30, there will be a National Day of Prayer and Fasting at the Maypen New Testament Church in Clarendon. That service will run between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Outside the month, but allied to the observation, is the Youth Outstanding Achievement Award Ceremony. It will be held at the Knutsford Court Hotel on June 27.
The award honors the non-traditional high school students who excel academically in their CSEC passes, are good role models in their community and school, and they face challenging circumstances but overcome and do well in their exams.
The annual Youth Month Forum is slated for November 2 from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the St. Andrew Parish Church. This year, the National Child Month Committee has partnered with the Jamaica Fire Brigade on its Jamaica's Future is on Fire, Make We Fix It campaign. A similar partnership has been forged with the Institute of Jamaica for its Hush Symposium on May 17.
I take this opportunity to invite organizations, groups or individuals who are hosting activities for children in the month of May to register the same with us.
To register, visit the committee's Facebook page, call 466-6372 or email ncmcja@gmail.com.
Affirm me, acknowledge me, favor me, be a friend to me. Surprisingly, I'll thrive. Affirm me.
Smoking, it's bad for your health. There's nothing cool about this habit. Tobacco smoking is a silent killer that will snare you in a horrific cycle of addiction that robs you of your money and your health. And it's not just you who suffers. Those around you who inhale the smoke are also at risk, your friends and loved ones. So stop if you've started, or resist before you begin the habit. Stay healthy.
Government is adamant that no child should be left behind when it comes to education. One such group of children who are especially cared for in the school system are those diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. Take a look.
Welcome to our discussion on Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. With me is Education Officer in the Special Education Unit in the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, Mrs. Christina Addington. Welcome, Mrs. Addington.
Thanks for having me.
The ministry has established a student support team to assist students that are diagnosed with ADHD, as well as providing a learning environment tailored to their needs. What exactly is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder?
Well, Joey, as stated in the name, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is a behavior disorder, and its core symptoms are inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. The disorder, for some unknown reason, is more prevalent in boys than girls. And the disorder is a common disorder, and we have up to 10% of the children being diagnosed as having attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.
So how does it manifest itself?
With students who are diagnosed with this disorder, we find that their inattention causes them in the classroom to not maintain focus for long periods of time. They are often daydreaming. Their hyperactivity causes them to be what they call restless, always fidgeting, squirming, can't sit down. Impulsivity. They are the ones who are always blurting out the answers, can't wait to take their turns, and always getting into little squabbles because of the impulsivity. They tend to act and then think about it after.
So how does ADHD affect the student's ability to learn?
Based on some of the characteristic features which I said, we know that it is normal child development allows for the children to be very active and not sitting down. But when it is chronic and when it is affecting their academic life and their social life, then they are usually referred for a diagnosis to be made. So if the inattention is way more than is expected for the level of the child's development, we don't expect a 3-year-old to sit down for 20 minutes. But a 10-year-old should be able to sit down for 20 minutes. So, we look at child development and see what is atypical about the development, and then the children are referred because we see the signals. They're referred for a diagnosis to be made.
How is a diagnosis made of ADHD?
For a diagnosis to be made, what happens? The diagnosis is made by a medical practitioner or a psychologist. It is not a single test that is done, but a number of rating scales are done, are administered, and important to note is the fact that information is gained from both the academic setting, that's the school, and the social setting, so the home. So information is gained, is analyzed based on the scores from the checklist, then the diagnosis is made. It's important to note, as I said, that for the child to be diagnosed, the behaviors have to be observed across the settings. So it can't be that it's just being experienced at home and not in school, or at school and not at home. It has to be evident across the settings before a diagnosis, a concrete diagnosis is made.
Do the parents come in?
For the most part, yes. We embrace an inclusive approach to education. However, we find that with certain disabilities, if they are severe, then the children are not in the regular system, but they are in a special ed institution. Most children with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, they are educated in the mainstream. And so what happens is through the special education unit and the special needs coordinators in the regions, we go out and we do presentations at schools. We also work with parents, so we work with the PTAs, we make presentations, we help parents to understand how is it that I can better help my child at home to cope and to be a success. Also, very importantly, as it relates to national examinations, if the relevant information is sent in, the documentation is sent in with registration, for all national exams, accommodations are granted to children diagnosed with ADHD. So we grant accommodations ranging anywhere from extra time to preferential seating to a prompter, depending on the severity of the diagnosis. And the extra time is a standard of 15 minutes, additional per hour that is given for the children. Preferential seating may be that the child is placed at the front of the room so that the invigilator, having noted on the paper that the child has a challenge, is able to give an eye to ensure that the child is kept on task. In more severe diagnoses, the child is assigned a prompter, and the responsibility of that prompter is solely to keep the child on task. So if the child is daydreaming or wandering off in his mind, just a gentle tap or nudge to help the child refocus.
Mrs. Christina Addington from the Special Education Unit in the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information shared some vital information with us on how to effectively deal with children who are diagnosed with ADHD. And we want to thank her for joining us today. Thank you, Mrs. Addington.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. And until next time, see you around.
Nicky baby, come here. You understand, so I have to send you to your auntie so you can go to school and turn out better than me.
When I go be night time.
Piggy, come finish your work.
If you or anyone you know has been a victim of human trafficking, call 811 or 1-888-PROTECT. Be wise. Open your eyes. Spot them. Stop them. A message brought to you by the National Task Force Against Trafficking in Persons.
If we ended today's show for children and did not talk about food, then that would be so uncool. Up next, a nutritious drink for strong bones and teeth.
Milk actually helps you lose weight.
Protein in milk is what we consider high biological value for the mere fact that it has 9 essential amino acids.
Drink up, nourish your body with the goodness of cow's milk. Cow's milk, to some, real milk.
It's very refreshing, right? Whereas if your chest burning you can drink it and you get a lot of relief.
Cow's milk give you more nutrients than bag juice and all the other sweet stuff that you drink.
Like you come out early in the morning and you not drink no tea, you can drink a cow's milk and it make your energy up and running.
The government is on a drive to increase consumption of local cow's milk. It's part of the plan for job creation and economic growth, as well as to encourage healthy consumption habits.
Why is milk such an important part of the diet for children especially? Because milk has 9 of the essential amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of proteins, which are required for growth and development and protection. What else does the milk have? It has minerals, it has calcium, and we know the importance of calcium. And milk is one of the major sources of calcium for humans. And so calcium, we know, we need it for development of bones, for development of teeth. But also, calcium can also help to lower blood pressure. Calcium is also helps in blood clotting. What else does milk have? It has choline. Choline is this mineral that helps the body to sleep. It helps in brain function, it helps in brain development, it helps in the formation of the tissues, the nerves in the body. So it helps with nerve impulses, so it helps their nervous system to develop. Milk also has potassium, all right? Potassium helps calcium to function, and it also helps in the formation of the bones, helps the body to use that, and it maintains bone mass.
Can't touch this. Can't touch this.
No, when I drink cow's milk, I have a lot of swelling because I have an allergy problem. It gives me a lot of bum swelling up on these things.
It is a known fact that people of African descent do not have the lactase, which is the enzyme that digests the lactose, which is in milk. And so most black persons tend to be lactose intolerant.
My views on that is that the body takes time to adapt. So the first you drink the milk, you have to give the body time to produce the right enzyme, the right proportion, the different bacteria to counteract the milk. Most people drink the milk and expect if you stay down, no, you have to take it over time. And do it gradually and little. The basic thing you have to do. Just scald it, and once you do that, it reduces the bacterial level in it, so it will have that effect on your body.
With your cereal, because you know it's not too sweet and it's balanced. So the cereal is already sweet, so the cow's milk will go well with the cereal. Your oats, you know, like you blend your banana, you can use the cow's milk to sweeten it.
Normally, when you make a chocolate tea, you have a milk, you don't throw cow's milk in and you're gone up and run instead way.
I have milk with rum. I have milk with porridge, tea, anything.
I like to drink my cow's milk with the oatmeal biscuits or cornflakes.
Milk can have added nutrients, so we fortify the milk with vitamin D, and we know vitamin D again helps with absorption of the calcium. It also helps in bone formation and teeth. What else can be added to milk? Magnesium, the B vitamins, all of these give added nourishment to the milk. So children don't like, I think they don't like to see the white as well. So you can color it, you can flavor it. You can flavor it with chocolate, you can flavor it with strawberry. And people tend to use syrups, but you can also use fruits to flavor the milk. So people have now been making smoothies. But how much milk should we be drinking? A serving of milk in Jamaica and the Caribbean is half cup or 4 ounces. And what does that give us? It gives us about 76 kilocalories, that half cup.
Housewives, mothers, fathers, consumers, remember why milk is good for you. The reality is there's nothing like cow's milk. Drink Jamaican real milk.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
Just say that you'll bring me along to the world you see. To the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake.
A million dreams, a million dreams.
I think of what the world could be, affirming the visions that we see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. And through my dreams, build a world we're gonna make. For my dreams, build a world we're born to make.
They opened the show for us, and so we ended with them. One voice with a musical reminder of the importance to affirm a child. We go off air, but stay with us online. Learn more on the daily activities in commemoration of Child Month by clicking on our website and YouTube channel. We're also on other social media platforms, so you may stay in the know while on the go. Then, join us tomorrow on this station when we'll explore other informative programs. I'm Sandra Clark. Take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.